have a modify your vibe tonight. Yo. Yo, hey.
Let's get ready to Sandbox! Yeah! Alright! VoxEdit Mondays! Oh wait, I forgot the VoxEdit Monday thing. Here you go. There's the... I like a Pandapops party, I like a Pandapops party! Whoop whoop! Hey, who redeemed that already? Garnican, you redeemed party. It doesn't show up on this screen, so I'll play it again for you once I'm on the other screen and you can see it. So I'm just clicking through stuff right now so I can read chat. But Roxy, when it is ready. It isn't ready actually. But when the form is ready, it will be ready. Garnican, hello. Yolks on you. Hello to you as well. Any lurkers out there? Hello. I know we have just started, but it is VoxEdit Monday. Why has that not updated? Oh, I also didn't update this. Oh, I'm so silly. I meant to be updating. I wonder if it'll update after the fact. I think it will. VoxEdit Monday is meant to be under art now. Your lucky number is 7. So, oh, because you're on a 7 stream streak. Nice one. Absolutely amazing. Appreciate, and that's good going considering Saturday, there were 2 streams on Saturday and the second one wasn't even anywhere within the realm of our usual time. So that's, you know, you're doing pretty well to be on the streak for that. GG's. Right, I'm going to refresh this, so if I miss any of your comments, I apologize, but I just need to make sure that that's up to date so I can see if anything freezes. Right. We are going to be doing VoxEdit, and now we're on this screen, and I am going to play oh damn it, what did you play? Party. We're going to play Party for Garnican. Ain't no party like a Pandapops party, like a Pandapops party. Whoop whoop. There we go. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you liked it. And now I'll confirm that that's been played. Right, today, intro. I've written a little intro. Intro. Briefly mention stuff. This is the Sandbox. We're doing VoxEdit. VoxEdit is a free-to-use software tool within the Sandbox. Can you use it without needing to make assets for the Sandbox? Sure. You can use VoxEdit as just a tool on its own. Obviously, you do need to go to the Sandbox website to download VoxEdit. But yes, you can use it completely for your own devices, whether it's, you know, you want to put some artwork and stuff somewhere else, into Blender, into I know OGs will remember Half Dork. I know Half Dork was on about they had found a way to take the VoxEdit files and put them into something for Nifty Island, so you could have your characters play as your characters over on Nifty Island, which is pretty nifty. So yeah, it's VoxEdit is its own thing, free to use software, don't have to pay for it, play around with it. Also, I will answer some of your questions that may be to do with the Ambassador program. Now, obviously, I am not in charge of the Ambassador program. I am not the SIP owner. Okay, our head of marketing is the one that had written the SIP and submitted it. The Ambassador program will stay within the Sandbox and under the marketing team, as it has always been done. And much like on the AMA, if you missed it, the Discord, so the community, the CMs, community moderators, is that what they're called? Honestly, my brain is mush today. Like, just mushy. So the CMs are, will be under the same people that they have been this whole time. So they're the people in Discord. Then there are different tracks that you can apply for. You can apply for more than one track, depending on your bandwidth. So yeah, that will stay being under the same people. And although I am not in charge of the Ambassador program, I have conducted some of the interviews for the new ambassadors. I am also, you know, I help with it. I am not, you know, Aminata is my supervisor, manager, not my supervisor, she's my manager. However, we both kind of oversee bits and pieces of it. I'm there to help. She oversees all of the ambassadors, so that's not changing. However, the different tracks will be under someone else, depending on where you are going to be. No more frozen panda. Gosh, I hope I'm not frozen. Am I frozen? I'm not frozen. I could still end up getting frozen at some point. Oh, yes, Roxy as well. I understand, because, like, obviously, within the Sandbox, we always refer to assets as being, like, assets! You create assets, you sell assets! So I understand the term, like, you know, content creators will be creating assets. It just sounded like I had, like you had found a permanent fix. Oh, no. What did I say? I don't know what I said. My brain, honestly, melting. I'm melting today. No, it'll be a miracle if I keep up with you guys, honestly. I need sleep. I need sleep, okay? But yeah, I understand assets in terms of, you know, people will probably within Sandbox think that VoxEdit assets, like we have here. However, in terms of like marketing, assets are usually used to refer to like static banners, videos, all of those are like media assets. That is what assets means, like media assets. So yes, you're welcome for that. Really good question. I think that's a really good question to have asked, Roxy, so I'm glad you asked it. What's next? Talk about the farm assets contest. Okay, let's do that. Am I reading the notes that I wrote myself out to you guys? Yes, I am. Right, so farm-inspired assets. This is a VoxEdit contest minis. That needs to be the other way around. It is a VoxEdit mini contest. Not contest minis. So this one, they're over like a week period, these VoxEdit mini contests. Anywhere between sort of like 5 to 7 days, 5 days being the lowest we'll do for the VoxEdit minis. And 7 is most likely the most days we'll do with the minis. So step into the world of farming and create farm-themed assets in VoxEdit, from quaint farmhouses to adorable hen homes or even carrot-filled farm plots. Focus on capturing the essence of farm life. Inspiration images below. There you go. So there's a plot with a bush and a farm girl and a plot with some hens and a shovel and a basket and some carrots. Prizes. These are the prize breakdowns. Participation prize, 25 sand to the first 100 valid participants that don't place in the top 10. That is super important. Valid participants. If you want to know what makes a valid participant, as long as you follow our rules and guidelines, you're pretty much valid. I will say this live here, just in case any new people are watching. You do need to make sure when you fill out your submission form that the wallet you give is the same wallet linked to your Sandbox username that you also give. One of the things that we have to do is, for all of our contests, so this is Game Jams, VoxEdit Contests, any events that get ran, the fraud team have to look. Okay, so the fraud team will be looking at your wallets to see if any of you have been flagged. Okay, so if you do not have a wallet connected to your username, then you will not be eligible for any prizes. You will be disqualified because we cannot check whether you are flagged. However, KYC isn't needed if you are placing within 4th to 10th place and participation. So this means as long as you have a wallet and you have a Sandbox username and they are connected, but you haven't gone through the KYC verification process, then if you place in 3rd place and you aren't verified, you will be moved. So you will get bumped down. But otherwise, you are still eligible for the prizes. Okay, so from 4th place downwards or onwards, or not upwards, because upwards would be going to 1st place, but from 4th place onwards, you don't need KYC to get the rewards, which is different for our events. For our events, you do need to be KYC'd to claim your rewards. However, for VoxEdit contests and I'm not entirely sure about Game Jams because some of those changed. It's on a how much sand basis is what it's based on. Like, what is the prize being given out to what we can allow. So I will double check that with you guys. So submissions opened on August 30th. Hey, Stanley Wilson, how can you add Catalyst to an asset? I will go over that. Great question, Stanley. We'll go over that. So submission deadline is September 5th, 11:59 p.m. UTC. Please keep an eye on that. I am not always awake at 11:59 p.m. UTC. The forms do not have a time that it auto closes. I have to manually close those submission forms. So they don't always get closed until I get up the next day. So they may be open, however, you will not be eligible, especially if you consistently submit past deadline time. On a few occasions, I have allowed like a minute or two over the deadline because I'm like, okay, maybe they were struggling. But there are some people that consistently keep submitting past the deadline, even though I have reached out to them and said, hey, you submitted late. Can you please try and make sure you submit on time? The time, like, please convert to your local time. So, yes, deadline is September 5th, 11:59 p.m. UTC. Convert to your local time, okay? Results will be announced between 18th to the 21st of September. Submission form is here. All of our guidelines and our judging criteria. You will see that animations is removed, and it's because for the VoxEdit mini contest, it is a bigger focus on usable assets. Now, obviously, usable assets can be animated, and you can have different animated states, whether they are static animated states and so on, and that can make an asset really, really usable, but we are not looking at the level of animation. The other VoxEdit contests we have, so the regular and the IP VoxEdit contest, always must include animations. For these ones, they do not need to include animations. Obviously, static animations can make your assets more usable. but that is up to you. They are not being judged based off of the animations themselves. So when there is an animation criteria, you're being judged based on the animation. For the judging criteria, if you put animation in this, it will be judged based on the usability. So if you create a bunch of animations for an asset, but the usability for those animations is real bad, you're going to score lower. Usability also refers to the scale, good colliders, interactions, different uses as well. So where can this be placed? And it's based off of usability, based on theme, okay? Because you could be like, okay, I can make a tractor, but nobody wants a tractor in a sci-fi experience, and you're correct. Or nobody wants a tractor in a gothic-inspired experience, or maybe a horror experience. You could have tractors in there. But it's always usability based on the theme, okay? So when we're asking, like, how usable is this asset, it's more like, hey, in a farm-inspired experience, how usable is this farm asset? Like, will lots of people be able to use this? We do... did I do my hair? Yes, I did do my hair. Thank you for noticing. Yes, I did redo my hair. Hey, One Boxed and Team Sebga. Stanley, I don't want you to think that I've forgotten about you. I haven't. I will come back to your question. If it feels like I have forgotten your question, ask it again. I promise I will get to it. Hey, Ian the IT guy. Hope you guys are all doing good. But yeah, this is the judging criteria. If you have any questions regarding the judging criteria or VoxEdit in any way, please do go over to our Discord, ask away either in the VoxEdit chat or the VoxEdit contest chat. Preferably the VoxEdit contest chat because it is to do with a contest. But yeah, I will try and be there and answer any and all of your questions. We also have so many amazing artists within Discord as well that can help you. But yeah, take part, win some sand, and does it mention it here? There we go. Top 5 may be eligible to receive Catalyst for minting. And I do want to just quickly touch on this before we continue, which I will be for today's VoxEdit build. We are going to be building a farm-inspired asset to give you guys maybe some ideas of what you can do. But for the catalysts, when it is equipment, then we do require you to use the catalyst that we send, all of those catalysts, to mint those assets. Because equipment ones, obviously we're giving you like either legendaries, epics, rares and stuff, and uncommons. And so you're usually only getting one batch of one tier. Whereas with these, like the more prop-based minis, we are usually giving you a range of catalysts. So we might be giving you X amount of rare, X amount of uncommon, and X amount of commons. We do not require you, nor really need you to mint 3 versions of your asset in 3 different tiers, because there's no point in that. As long as you are using the majority of the catalysts we send you to mint that winning asset, you can then use those other catalysts to mint other assets that you may want to mint. We do ask that you don't sell those catalysts because they are there for you to mint your winning assets. If you fail to mint your winning assets after being sent the catalysts, then you may not be eligible to receive catalysts as a prize for VoxEdit contests. You obviously, if there are other initiatives giving away catalysts, you will still be eligible. It will just be if you are failing to use those catalysts as we are giving them to you, you may not be eligible to receive them as an additional prize. The catalysts are additional prizes on top of the sand prize. So if you let's say Roxy Miguel, because they're the first person I see saying something right now, if Roxy Miguel came in first place and they got sent a bunch of catalysts, and they received the email from VoxEdit Contests saying, hey, congratulations, these are the catalysts that you'll be sent for first place. Please make sure to mint and send us the URL or the asset ID so we can place them, because we placed them in a special collection for VoxEdit winners, so we can promote you. And if Roxy was just like, nah, I'm going to sell all these catalysts, then we're going to see that. We're going to be like, okay, Roxy came first place. They sold all the catalysts. Probably will give you a warning. Next time, happens again. We're like, okay, for VoxEdit Contest, Roxy is not minting. He's not doing as they are meant to be using those for. They will still be eligible for sand prizes. They could still, you know, if they place again in first place, they'll still receive their sand, because that is the actual prize. The catalysts are like a bonus prize. Sorry, Roxy. Sorry, Roxy. This is an example. This is not what is happening. But you will always receive an email. You'll always be like, we'll also send you a reminder like, hey, please make sure to, you know, get those minted, send those. We will also give you a good amount of time just in case you might want to make some minor edits to what you've created. I mean, rules are rules, yeah. And if at any point I've had somebody who's reached out to me and said, hey, they said, hey, I really want to make some edits to the animation, and like, can I do that? And I was like, yes, of course, like, please just like mint and send the asset ID, just kind of like within a month or 2 months of after receiving the catalysts, because then that also gives us enough time between maybe another contest that they win. But yeah, just keep that in mind. What else was I gonna do? Oh yeah, usability is worth double points. Keep that in mind. As much as we love scenes, like obviously we had the Kevin DeRugg VoxEdit contest, results for that should be this weekend. As much as we love scenes, they are not usable. They will score very low in usability. We love scenes, but don't do them for these contests, because the idea is that they are super usable, that they should be saleable, that these are assets that should easily be able to go on the marketplace, and somebody could be like, okay, I really want to make a farm game, or I really want to make a gothic game, or I really want to make a dungeon experience. I'll go to the market, boom, there's a bunch of assets. They could be like, yes, those are great, bring them over, buy, place, game. That's the point, whereas scene-based assets are really only good as like just a really cool visual cue. Some people have them where, yes, okay, in that person's exact, like, that's real niche. For that person's exact experience, it could work. Somebody could implement it in theirs. Vox Machina did a great one for what they came in first place for the game jam, I think, the results show from Saturday. That at the beginning had a great little scene happening. Perfect, great example of an asset that is scene based, would probably only work in their experience. That one could maybe work in a few others, but definitely works in theirs, and that's the same with scene-based ones. So avoid scene-based ones, because there's a good chance you won't place in the top 10 with them. And especially with the VoxEdit mini contest. So if it's a mini contest, please steer clear of those. Right. Stanley, I hope you're still there. I am going to quickly link you guys the Medium article for this VoxEdit contest, so you go check it out. But Stanley, Stan the man, I'm going to show you how to do the catalysts. So how do you add catalysts to assets? Did you see I got 1,000 blocks without falls or respawn? No, one box I didn't, and I don't believe that it happened. I don't think it happened, One Box. Are you on about, like, the worst game ever? Where did you find the time? That's what I need to know. Where did you find the time? So Stanley, for catalysts on assets, some things have changed quite a lot since we've moved assets to now being mintable on layer 2, and the waiver assets are categorized. It is now a little bit different. So we're gonna hop on over. Actually, I'm gonna change my avatar back to me. Let's get back to me, Casual Panda. Sorry, distracted. Right, we're gonna go over to assets. So there are two main types of assets that you'll find within your workspace. Technically, there's three. There's equipment, there's props, and there's blocks. Obviously, within props, you can also have like characters and stuff. But for this, we're going to ignore blocks, and we're only going to talk about like the prop ones, which are props and characters. Characters, little robot head. Props are these ones, the ones that look like blocks. And then we have equipment, and I'm hoping there is no equipment on that first page. So I have zip. There we go. The jetpack toilet brush. Great. What a great example to give. So you see that one has a sword. It's farming theme contest. Today's theme is barnyard. If anyone gets that, always sunny. Sorry, I'm sorry. I've never really watched it. I kind of like, I see some of the memes. I laugh along a little bit, but it's more of a laugh of, oh, it kind of seems funny, but I don't fully know the context of why it is funny. And I don't know whether it's too late now for me to try and catch up. It's probably not too late to catch up. But anyway, for catalysts, since the change, your props characters do not really need to be assigned catalysts. So no catalysts yet. This is required to make them NFTs. So you can assign them catalysts. You are most likely only going to want to assign them common. There is not any point giving a character any higher than common. And the reason for this is attributes for anything other than equipment no longer exist. So within Game Maker, if I had this character in Game Maker, so we'll go to something a bit more epic looking. If I had that character in Game Maker, if I set the behavior as an enemy, I can set it to maximum stats, okay? Maximum stats. Whereas before, on Ethereum, when only a small portion of people could mint and sell their assets, I was part of that portion because I was part of the Creator Fund. So yes, I have been able to mint and sell those assets on the Ethereum network. Back then, depending on the catalyst, also had behaviors, and then they'd get rolled for their max stats. So it mattered then. Now, everything has max stats other than your equipment, okay? Equipment are the ones that matter. So all your tables, all of your prop character-based assets, ideally, you're only going to really want to mint them as commons because they cannot make use of the attributes behaviors, okay? And by that, I mean, where's the jetpack? Right here. So we have this equipment. It's got a catalyst of rare. We're going to click the pen tool, and right here we can assign attribute points. Now save it, and we can go to the attributes section, and then we can assign what attributes it has. So does it have power? Does it have defense? Does it have speed? We used to have other options. We used to have magic, and we used to have luck. They are no longer in here right now. Whether or not they come back, that is not up for me to decide. But right now, this is what this is. Hey, Lanzo, welcome on in. Oh, one box, how many is there? You say, is there 1,024 total that you have to get? I'll beat you. I'll beat you one day. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, definitely not Friday, but one day I might maybe potentially beat you. Anyway, so this is where you go. You click your catalyst, you then assign it, like, so for a rare, it can have a maximum of 2 attributes. You can mix and match, so you could have power and defense, you could have defense and speed, you could have power and speed, you can, you know, mix it up all you like. And save that. Then it will randomly roll between when you mint the asset. So make sure you've got the amount of copies that you want to mint. So if you want to mint 10 of these, have 10 rare catalysts ready to go. And then when you mint it, it will do a random roll between 1 and 25 for each of these. And that all 10 copies will have that same stat. You can obviously make it better if you're just like, okay, it's a jetpack, it needs speed. So now it'll do a random roll between 26 and 50. And that's how that works. If you have already uploaded a bunch of assets and you want to assign catalyst to them, all you do is click on the asset in your workspace. Where it says catalyst, click the pen tool and you can select any catalyst. If I click uncommon, you'll see here, I don't get the option to assign it attributes. And that is because it is not an equipment. Only equipment can have attributes. So I'm going to put this back as a comment. I'm not going to mint this, but there we go. So only equipment can. When you are going through the process of uploading to your workspace, so let's just do that for this. So upload to workspace. Of 0 reason to buy any of the amazing assets. Non-equipment asset. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I liked it when non-equipment assets had the attributes, like, where you could make them more rare, because that was obviously a reason to have them. Like, hey, that is a really cool-looking boss guy. There's only going to be 5 of those. I want one, and it looks cool, and it can have max stats. Because, you know, it's a legendary, and I get that. I kind of miss that too. That's something I miss, being there as well. However, obviously, for me, it will be like you have these assets as common assets. However, if you only mint 5 of them, that is still like a really rare common asset. And you could choose to have the price of whatever you want to have it at. And if you want to make it a legendary, because you think like the title of legendary is really cool, obviously it's just a little bit of a waste to waste a legendary asset on something that doesn't have attributes. But yeah. So when we go through, did I click replace? Damn it. I'm definitely concentrating today. My brain isn't tired at all. Where you could drop an asset into like an... Oh, cool. Yeah. Hey, play games. Oh, forget previous step. There we go. So we're going to click create new asset. And we're going to go through all of the steps. So this is a prop. Confirm. Yes, I'm confirming it. And this is a bush plot. Bushes. Continue. Here's the decoration. Farm. Farm plot. Farm yard. Pandapops, because it's my asset. I do sometimes put Pandapops for assets that are mine. So if people type in Pandapops in the search bar, you may get a bunch of my assets. That's only since the tags have come into play. So I haven't done that for a lot, but I have done it. So here is where you select what you would like it to be I'm going to select a common for it. And there we go. Now it's done. At any point, if we want to change like the title, the description, we can click on any of these pens and we can edit and save all of those options here. The only time that you cannot change anything is once it is minted. Once your asset is minted, there are no changes that you can make to it. You cannot change the title, you cannot change what catalyst it has, you cannot change its categories, you can't do any of that. You can't change the asset, you can't update it. So always test your assets in Game Maker, please. Like, thanks for the idea. Roxy, you're just gonna be like, Pandapops. Do you think, like, it comes up that you're the creator, that it's gonna confuse me. I'm all for it. Just type in Pandapops. It's just like, I just have somebody internal be like, why do we have 5,000 tags of Pandapops and nothing is related to Pandapops? That's the only thing I'm thinking about. Not a like a Pandapops, like a Pandapops party. Whoop whoop. Garnicum, was that you or Roxy? Play games. GG's. But yes, Stanley, if you're still there, does that answer your question? Also, did somebody raid? Because I saw a thing for a raid. Oh, raid from Lancer. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate the raid. But yeah, that's how you add catalysts when you're uploading to your workspace, and that's also how you go and add them if you have forgotten. Roxy, you can create the use in game for any asset, I think. For what? Oh wait, question mark Saturday. Can you repeat your question? How far up do I need to go? Roxy, what do you think of assets? Oh, assets that hide in nodes inside the asset to make animations, or assets that hide nodes in the ground. I prefer them hidden in the asset. I am not that keen on assets that are hidden underground. However, I do understand the use for them. I think okay, so there's a few things that I definitely do need to clear up. Because, and I've said this before, I said it on the Friday game night stream, many of us artists did get lazy, okay? I was told that, excuse me, sorry. I was told all the time when I first joined that we should be using the instant interpolation to make something hidden inside of another asset randomly appear. However, it has always worked correctly. Let's just do that so we get to see it. It has always worked correctly with it being linear. Like, I've never in Game Maker have I ever had an issue. It's never been flagged. However, more recently, you may have noticed that any of your assets that you may have hidden inside another asset or, you know, moved real quick, you may see the sliding movement, like just a little bit of a sliding movement, so you're seeing a little bit too much. One, it was broken and they did fix it, but also, yeah, we were all meant to be using instant, not linear. I did speak to the team. There is a chance in a perfect world, if they have time, which they probably don't because there's lots of things that are being built and lots of other priorities. In a perfect world, they could potentially make linear work again. However, the intention was always to be instant. That is what we all should have been using. I also did notice and flagged this, that if it's on a single keyframe, it does not show that it is the instant, but it is. So even though in VoxEdit it works fine on linear, and it used to work fine, like visually, you would be able to see it fine in Game Maker, changes happened. I'm not sure when. I think it might have been when they introduced in Game Maker for you to be able to slow down or quicken animation. I think that might be when it happened. And we need instant. So we need to be using instant. So when you are hiding your assets, your models inside of other models, please, and you want them to jump out, please, please, please be using instant. I, for one, prefer the hidden one. I do get sometimes people need to have them maybe be underground. For me, it looks messy. I don't think there's any real proper reason. It depends. Also, I think it depends on how deep down it's going, because obviously we do have recommended animated size space. So usually 515, 512, sorry, voxels is the animated height, width, length, whatever we suggest for optimization. So obviously if you're hiding things underground, you may want to avoid hiding it past that depth. For me, it just kind of looks better. Also, when you upload it to your workspace, you can see what it looks like. Other people are going to see what it looks like on there. I think it just looks messy. I don't think, other than maybe some optimization issues, like slight optimization issues, depending on how deep underground it's hidden, I don't think it has any huge effect. I can ask if that's something people would like me to ask. Well, do you want me to ask that? Also, Clipper Raffle! We started a new Clipper Raffle. Clip fun, interesting, entertaining clips over on Twitch. For your chance to be in the Clipper Raffle. You get a raffle ticket for every clip you take within a 4-week period, up to 6 raffle tickets. Plus, you get 2 bonus raffle tickets if we share any of your clips on social media. But yeah, there's that. I am very, very hot in this office right now. But yeah, Roxy does that. So for me, I will always opt for hiding it inside the assets. However, obviously, I don't think there's any huge reason not to hide it underground other than visual. And if it's too deep, then maybe optimization. Just make sure that you are using instant interpolation. I told you, anybody that was there for the Friday game night heard me trying to say interpolation, and I was struggling so hard. I told you, as soon as I see it written down, I'm like, I know that word. But my brain is like, that's not the word if I don't see it written down. Yeah, right. So, to celebrate... Actually, wait. Okay, maybe I would enter the mini contest. Please do. Yeah, I highly suggest that you do. In fact, I demand it of you, Roxy. I demand it. Anyway, I'm gonna quickly play a very quick little VT so I can open a window in here because it's so hot, but also so I can get the giveaway form done for you guys, because I do not have a giveaway form for you. So let's go get that giveaway form done. If anybody else has any questions, please feel free to ask away. And as I mentioned at the start, if you would like some clarity on any of the ambassador program stuff, please do let me know. Obviously, there are only roughly 3 days, I believe, left for SIP 11. I would like to clear out any and all questions. One thing that I do want to make very clear is that the ambassador program will still go ahead without the funding from the DAO. It's just the SIP is to do with gaining additional funding from the DAO to support the ambassador program. The ambassador program will still happen regardless of the SIP. As far as I have been made aware, I'm going to just specify that. As far as I have been made aware, the ambassador program will still move forward. But obviously the the SIP is for the additional funding for the ambassador program. Right, let's find that little VT here on the forum. I mean, you can ask your questions here. Obviously, you can take your questions to the forum, where all my friends, which is Kelsey Dolby, she was in the AMA. Unfortunately, mic wasn't really working. Occasionally it was. If you heard some random typing every now and again, I think their mic was randomly turning on and off. Technical difficulties. It happens to the best of us all the time. Also, I think there's something with Twitter. There's been occasions where my mic hasn't been working. That's why I prefer Twitch. The only thing I have to worry about is my random camera just freezing me every now and again, and that is it. Otherwise, if my mic isn't working, it's probably because I've muted myself. But yeah, if you have questions that you think I can answer, ask them. If I can't answer them, then yeah, I will say, hey, go ask in the forum. And the forum is also a good place to ask too. But yeah, you can definitely ask here. Right, let's find that VT. I think it is... Is it this one? Hello, and welcome back to the new... Nope, that's the old news of the week. Nope. Nope. There we go. Okay, enjoy this. For today's quick tip, I'm going to be showing you how to make sure all your keyframes are closed. By this, I mean when you have created an animation, much like this, that everything is ending on the same keyframes. What you want to do for that animation, move your arrowhead. You get hold of this right to the final frame for that animation. What we do is we go to this diamond right over here and we press that. And that is how we make sure our keyframes have all been closed. You want to do this on every single animation, even static ones. So we've got an open right here. There's no actual movement, but because there is more than one animation in this section, we do need to make sure that there is a second keyframe to close it. So our first keyframe on 0, 0, our second on this little line right here. And all you would do is just press that when you've moved everything into the position. And the same with idle. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another VoxEdit Quick Tips with me, Pandapops. I am going to be showing you how to create a mission. That is the glow effect that you see some assets have. So when we have our asset open up and we have our palette over here and the material panel over here, we want to select paint mode, choose a color. So I'm going to get this and we're going to place it here, and then to toggle on and off the emission, we press this little star right here. This will turn on the emission and off the emission. That is linked to any single voxel that uses that color swatch. We'll turn that on. If you want some to have the emission of the same color and some not, you will want to be selected on that color, do the plus button, paint over, and then turn it on. These are the same colors, but by toggling the emission on this one, we only get the emission here. This was a Pandapops VoxEdit Quick Tips about emission and how to turn it on and off within VoxEdit. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening. Okay, I'm back. Big Panda is here. Who just tagged it? Onebox, did you tag me in a post? Who's tagged me in a post? What post? Do I need to go look at a post? I'm streaming right now. Why would you have me look at a post? Here is a giveaway form. Here is a giveaway form on Restream because I wasn't on Restream. Did I miss anyone's questions? Right, questions. Do you need me to teach you the ways of VoxEdit? Are we supposed to see that 3-hour bird content clip? 3-hour bird content clip? What 3-hour bird content clip? Huh? What 3-hour bird content clip? Oh! Wait, was that in the... Oh my gosh, wait. It was the live VoxEdit VOD. Yeah, no, that was the wrong... Do you know what? I clicked through like 3 or 4 different VODs being like, no, this isn't the video. This isn't the video to play. And that also wasn't the video to play. Yeah, no, sorry, that was the... Yeah, that was the... I think that was one of the live VoxEdit contests we did a while ago. I'm so sorry. No. I mean, there is a live VoxEdit. So somebody did... you guys did put in enough points for the live VoxEdit contest. I've just got to find a time that suits like both me and Lucas, because Lucas will be co-hosting with me. I think we are potentially doing it this coming weekend, probably on Sunday, but I do just need to confirm some days. It won't be birds, though. Definitely not birds. What did you tag me in? I'm just really curious now. If you save it, there's like something for me to look at. I'm like, what do I need to look at? Well, it ain't on anything to do with work. Birds aren't even real. They most certainly are. They're a conspiracy theory, but I see birds all the time. Oh, what is the form for today? It is for an NFT. So I'm gonna be creating something real quick to help you get inspired for the farm VoxEdit contest. All it's gonna be is a tree. I'm gonna be making an apple tree, because you know some farms have orchards. So I'm gonna make an apple tree. I'm gonna speed build it as quick as possible because we are running out of time. And I'm melting in here. Honestly, I've never felt more uncomfortable. Right now, I don't think it helps that I'm wearing thermal leggings right now because it did seem cold, but it's humid. It is humid. And there's a light pointing at me. I don't know how to dress for the weather. I can't. I mean, surely I probably could, but I just appear to be incapable of doing it. Right. What was I saying? Yes. I'm going to quickly mention, obviously, we talked about the needing to use the instant when I had created the panda head in the jars. And we made them live on stream. We tested them in Game Maker. They worked fine. However, they do not use the instant interpolation. And so because they worked on linear, but they don't anymore, and because I've been told that it is very unlikely they're going to be able to re-implement linear working, because it was never, like, that was never the intended use of linear. You were always meant to use instant if you want to hide stuff. That I probably isn't going to get fixed. So since I found that out, I have been very much not wanting to give the panda headlights away, because 1 out of 3 of the animations will look really weird unless you guys say that you would like the panda head in the light, even though the light turning on is really weird looking animation-y. So yeah, you let me know. You let me know whether that's what you want. Otherwise, I'll find something else. Right, we're gonna make a farm tree. Okay, what we're gonna do? We're gonna start out making a control node. This is important. You want a control node. Why do you want a control node? Because I say so. No, you want a control node so when you're building everything else off of that control node, if you need to reposition your entire asset so its rotation in Game Maker is in a good position, then you don't need to move all individual pieces. You can just move the control node and it is moved. Voila! It is done. Right, from the control node, we're going to have tree trunk 1. From there, we're going to have number 2. And from there, we're going to have number 3. I don't know how many pieces we're going to have. We're going to create our first bit of model. We're going to create the trunk. Yeah. How thick do we want this? A bad boy. Let's make it 64. Let's just do 64s all round. I could have just doubled it. Double or nothing. But no, we're going for it. Okay, let's grab... Do I want to grab a tree color or can I'll just use one of these. Like, it doesn't need to be perfect. Right, boom. We got our first bit. We're going to make sure set to floor. This is centered in the middle. Looks great. Tree might be a little bit too dark wood. Yeah, I'm not feeling that. I am not feeling that. Let's go for a little bit of lighter wood. Am I feeling that? A little bit more? There we go. Lovely. Beautiful. Right, next. We're going to duplicate this one. We're going to call this T2. T2 is going to go to the 2 position, and I'm going to raise it up. However, I don't want it this big. I'm going to put the mirror tools on. I'm putting mirroring on Z and mirroring on X. We're going to go to the face tool. We're going to go to the erase tool. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do the same to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, because I'm feeling a little bit spicy, I think I need the tree to be this tall because we're going to do a third one. We're going to lower it by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trim our volumes. Set to the floor. It was already set to the floor. I like to just make sure doubly. There we go. Lovely. Next, we're going to duplicate again. We're going to call this T3. That's right. We're getting crazy out here. T3, once again. I'm going to move it on up. We're going to go into it. We're going to do the same again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go crazy. We're going to do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I was so close. I did that far too fast. Go at 1. Thank you. Boom. Beautiful. You would have all been so impressed if that was right. Right, now this is looking a little too boxy. We definitely want to be probably making this a little bit smaller. Okay. I need to create 32 equipment assets for QA, but being struggling to make the animated one since the template doesn't let me adjust, move, rotate. Yes, it does! One box. Yes, you can't adjust and rotate and stuff off of the main. Oh, I'm gonna have to teach you my ways. It is super simple. Right. Do I even have an equipment piece? Right, I do have that, but okay. Let me save my tree. Save that because I like that one being there. And my bushes. I'm just gonna save them all. I bookmark everything. I'm like, this could be helpful later. I want to lose it. Right, templates. Super easy. Let's go for blades. VoxEdit. We're going to put it in the delete section. Don't look at my delete section. It's a mess. Save. Right. There we go. We got our blades. Yes. If we click on this, we cannot move a friggin' thing. However, you can create a child node. Sword. I am then going to unlink that. Grab this, pop it there. Now, I can rotate. Done. I can animate. Woo, floppy sword. Flip. Flop. So the ones with the human, the T-pose human, they cannot be moved. However, you can add child nodes to them. All child nodes can be moved. Since when could this be done? Forever. Forever. Literally forever. The entire time I have worked here. I have videos on it. In fact, oh damn it, that's where I should have taken you to. I could have gone and improved my YouTube algorithm because it's been so long. I had a week off work and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a bunch of YouTube algorithms. I'm gonna make a bunch of YouTube videos for my channel. You know what I did? Not that. Not made videos. Let me go grab that video for you. Here we go. This is from 2022. This video is from 2022. 2022. There you go. Right, watch it. But there you go. Perfect. Done. There's your. That's what you can do. So you can't. It's always been the case. You can't move the pieces that are T-pose human. However, any child nodes can be moved, and you can unlink all of these. So you can unlink them and not have anything there, and add child nodes and do whatever you want to it. Okay, that's how that is. Gosh, I need to delete that now. Right, let's go back to the tree. How's everybody doing? Anybody have questions for me? It's for demo eventually, but it will help to test for inventory better. Okay. I mean, you can still use the video. Use the video for everyone. Obviously, use the video. Just use the video. I'm gonna make a. No, that's a great thing to put on a CV. Yeah, but I can't do that. That's not in my repertoire. Like, I'm just gonna make some YouTube algorithms to please them. Thank you. Right. I feel like potentially this is a little bit. I mean, we can. So I'm gonna create a child node, human test, and I'm gonna import it in. Nope. Get back. Where's my humans? Where is H in the alphabet? There we go. Standard. Beautiful. Right, come here. Let's grab. Okay. Oh wait. If I go to idle and then I can. We'll delete every animation but the current one. Yes, please. There we go. Right, great. Okay, so yeah, the tree is a bit chunky. Thank you. Tree is a bit chunky. So we are going to just reduce it a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Height for this bit, I feel is fine. Now, obviously, this needs serious trimming in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 1. 1. Okay. Oh no, I did too much. I definitely did too much. That is. I mean, we can make it a bit thinner lower down, actually. Let's just do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. No, back. I need to see what it looks like. Okay, that's a little bit better. I don't want it as tall, because I want to add some additional ones. So I'm actually going to bring that up, bring it up, rotate it. Okay, and then from here, I'm also just going to bring out these two, duplicate those. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen, so we're just going to rotate you. Go in. You're too thick. I might have to... Yeah, let's delete you. Let's delete you. I don't like that. Just meant to be a simple apple tree. Right, new bush. Fill up. Fill it right up. It's going to have to be bigger than that. But right at the tip, we're going to do... I'm going to call it top. Okay, let's drag out either side. So I'm holding shift here and just stretching one side. Ooh. We're just gonna make it a little bit bigger. A little bit more there. 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 And then I do want to drag a little bit of it down. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Boop. 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 Okay, boop, boop, boop. Reduce that a little bit. There we go. Okay. Not great, but not awful. Just, I don't want the face tool. There we go. Want that to kind of filter in a little bit. You get the idea. We're blending, okay? It's definitely blending. Okay, so here's the tree. Let's just add just a boop it on top. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. And another little boop here. There we go. Lovely. Right. Trim. How do I drag it like that? So I'm going in here and over in the miscellaneous. Am I frozen? No. Am I? Yes, I am. I am frozen. At least I'm frozen and in a nice way. Let's just fix that. I've moved, like, I've updated the camera because that's what happened last time. The Elgato cameras had an issue of keep freezing. It was a known issue they were having. There was an update that it got fixed. Like, I hadn't had an issue with the freezing for so long, and then it randomly started again. And I don't know how to get it to stop. Right, there we go. Right, so, down in the miscellaneous, we have the picker tool. This allows us to click on any color. It's all the same color, so it doesn't matter. And then it will take us back to the mode and tool that we were using. The pivot tool allows us to create the pivot of that model in particular. So the pivot is where it will rotate from, its rotation origin point. Then the volume resizer is you can resize the volume. The volume is the workspace that you are working inside of. The maximum size that it goes up to is 256 by 256 by 256. And then the frame tool is used for making NFT frames, which we're not doing. Right, so we're going back in. Also, you can as well, up at the top, there is double size and then there is half the size. Halving the size is destructive. So if you had, you know, just one voxel of yellow, it is going to destroy that one voxel of yellow because it is halving the entire size, which means one voxel is going to disappear. But yeah, there is that. A lot of the times I need to do something in between like a half. There we go. Right, there's our very bad apple tree. Please make better apple trees. Now we're going to make a little apple. Super easy to make a nice red and green apple. Let's go for this red. I'm gonna keep the mirror tools on. Just remember in VoxEdit that one voxel will always be one voxel. You cannot have anything smaller than one voxel. However, you can create assets that that are just one voxel, and you can rotate those. Have to put the little one to bed. It was okay. One box. Thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your evening, and I hope your little one goes to bed nicely. I hope you have a good sleeper, basically, is what I am saying. Okay. There we go. Right, nice apple. Now, I actually don't want the rotation for this apple to be on the base of it. I want it to be on the stalk. So there we go. Right, on here, we're going to add an apple. I pop the apple. Oh my gosh, it's so tiny. Can you see the apple? There we go. There's our apple tree. With our apple. Sorry to make leaves in Magica Voxel, but it creates a more detailed voxel pattern. I mean, making detailed voxel patterns is absolutely fine. You can do that. Like Sandrush is probably one of the best to take inspiration from for patterned assets, for texturing assets. Obviously for optimization, we do have the face guideline. You can create assets outside of our optimization guidelines. For VoxEdit Contest, you will be disqualified if you go outside of what our optimization guidelines are, because they are part of the contest. But yes, there's like, if you're doing, you know, you want some detail, that's the same color. You want some detailed leaf patterns throughout, then yeah, sure. And you can use, there would be a lot more faces. Then, I mean, you can make that. I ain't buying it. If I see it in the marketplace, it's gonna make me cry. But that is up to you. That is completely up to you. I prefer texture over texturizing assets rather than faces. So up here, you'll see, please stay below 5,000 faces. So our optimization guideline is a maximum of 5,000 faces. If you go above that, yeah, okay, your experience might not break. It might not lag if you have one asset that has that. However, if you have like 50 to 60 assets that all have like 8,000 faces and there's animations involved and there's a bunch of nodes, you're gonna have difficulty. But I mean, you 100% Alex showed people, like, Alex likes using Magica Voxel. Alex likes building in Magica Voxel, then he moves everything over to VoxEdit. We even have an import. Oh wait, do we not have the import from Magica? We used to have an import from Magica. I guess now, because we've just got the import VXR via Vox, we don't. But at one point, we did have an import from Magica. Have I frozen it? I don't think I have. No. So yeah, it's possible. Like, you can. But when it comes to VoxEdit contests, one, we require you to show your entire asset screen like this with your face and node count. Over, Blue Tulip, I like how you say you can't even upload now. You could never. Okay, 16,500 faces has been the limit to uploading for at least the last 4 to 5 years. At least. That has always been the case. You can't upload past that. We also have max size guidelines and stuff. But yeah, if you create an asset for, like, if you're creating it for your experience, then yeah, go, like, obviously VoxEdit still has a maximum amount of faces, as Blue Tulip just pointed out. You can't go over that face limit. However, like, we can't stop you placing that in your experience. However, your experience may not be optimized, and you need to be aware of that. That's why we have that there. It's why we have the suggested node limit of 175 nodes. Yeah, if you can texture it, I 100% suggest. Less than 2 years ago, asset with almost 18k faces and 1.7 nodes. You shouldn't have been able to. That must have been like an error where maybe one version of VoxEdit allowed it, but 16.5 has, at least as far as I know, has always been the maximum, especially internally. It is always what we are told. Like, this is the maximum. When I joined the Creator Friend, you couldn't upload past that. Oh, wait. Oh, I could be wrong. It might be 2,000. It might have been 24,000. I'm not 100% sure. Might have been 24,000, not 16.5. 16.5 just seems really familiar to me. But there has always been a maximum limit. There has always been a maximum limit. Sorry, Blue Tulip, I may be incorrect there. Right, so for this apple tree, I'm gonna place the apple inside the apple tree, and then I'm gonna duplicate a bunch of apples. Bloop, 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 bloop. Right, the tree is just nice, and then, oh, look at that. An apple has appeared, but we want the apple to randomly appear. So we need to drop down this. We need to change that to instant. Now, unfortunately, instant doesn't seem to work unless you go over at least 2 keyframes. So switch it there. Now that's going to magically appear. Magically appearing apple. That is the one that I should have duplicated. I'm going to delete all the rest. My bad. Right. And then I'm going to magically appear this apple. Where's the duplicate? There we go. Right. Magically appear that apple. Magically appear this apple. Magically appear this apple. Look at that. A bunch of apples have magically appeared. And then we're like, oh my gosh, the apple tree has a bunch of apples on it. That's amazing. After a little bit of time, the apples are gonna shake. This one's gonna be like bloop, bloop, bloop. Ah! Apple has fallen. Bloop. Not that low. And roll. Okay, and this keyframe. There we go. Apples appear. Apple wobbles. Did I have enough time to wobble? Oh, I know why. It's instantly falling because of this silliness. Right, so I need to copy, paste that there. Oh. Copy, paste that there. There we go. Right, so it now wobble wobbles, falls. Wobble wobble, falls. Wobble wobble, falls. What's good? Did I? Temio, no. And I don't even know, like, where do I even go to the secondary market to find it? And I feel like it's going to be too expensive, Temio. It made me so sad. They sold out so fast. I knew they would. And I'd got there an hour early because I forgot we're not in UTC here in the UK, we're in BST. So I was like, damn, I'm early. I was like, that's fine, I'll be ready. And then I got in at like, I was either like 10 or 15 minutes after, and I was like, yep, no, they're all sold out, cool. Maybe, so 35, are they really? They're only 35? Did them, all right, I've got to look. Are they actually for sale? I'm not gonna look right now. Let one apple fall on his head. I mean, Zumzy, he's not gonna stay on here. We just had him here for size guidelines. In fact, let's get rid of the human test. He is now gone. The human test is now gone. So yeah, I mean, this is far too large. This could have been a cuter, smaller tree. But yeah, make some farm-inspired assets. We're coming up to the end of the stream as well. Let's drop that giveaway form just like one last time. Not many of you have filled it out. If you own any of the asset that I decide to give away, you can have it again. So feel free to fill it out if you already own one of my assets. I'm gonna let chat can decide right now. I would prefer it to be the panda head light thing, just because it's on Polygon and I can send it sooner rather than, actually the weapon crate's probably fine to send because gas fees have been real low. But obviously, like I mentioned, with the changes and that I didn't use instant interpolation like you're meant to, so please keep that in mind. If you have made assets, if they are not minted, you can obviously reopen them up in VoxEdit and you can edit them to have the correct interpolation. So you don't have to worry about that. If you have minted your assets and they are doing that like slow slide thing because you use linear instead of the instant interpolation, then unfortunately it's probably not going to get changed, and you're just going to have an asset that looks silly like mine. But let me know, do you want an asset where it's Pandapops head in a jar, it's a light, the idle and the light up work fine, it's just the lighting up, so when it's on, when the lamp is on, it works fine. When it's idle, so off, it looks fine. It's just the turning on light is weird. So it's either the panda head light thing or it's the weapon crate. Let me know. How long have we been streaming? Because I am friggin' boy. Oh yeah, we're at the end of the stream. Zumzy, unfortunately, I'm probably only going to give away another 2 Pandapop avatars, not on any official Sandbox streams. However, what I have been doing instead is I have been given permission to have the body parts. And like, so far we've only done it at Christmas. We may do another like Christmas one. But when you go to the avatar shop, and you go to my avatars, and you go to custom, and you customize it, you know how like you have like the heads, the tops, the legs, the shoes. I have been given the permission to be able to use those and give those body parts away. For special occasions. So like for the Santa Panda, that was a special occasion that I could give it away. Obviously I can't just make a whole bunch and try and sell them to people, and you know, I can't make money off of it. It is like a giveaway feature. So those were minted, I gave them away. So there will be a couple. I still have a few Santa Pandapopses to give away this Christmas. Or Festive Panda. I think we're just calling it Festive Panda. So Festive Panda will be given away again this Christmas. Or this festive season, just for those that don't celebrate Christmas. This festive season, it'll be the body parts will be given away. When Christmas, Roxy. It's the same every year, the 25th of December. However, obviously, I do not stream ever on Christmas Day. Nobody should. You should relax. You should spend time with your family, friends, loved ones. Go down to the pub and have a drink. But yes, this will be for the festive season streams that we do. UTC or CT? For what? For what? Do you know what? I am so glad, Zumzy, you are here. I have seen like a few, I don't want to say old faces, but I have seen a few people return, and I am very glad about it. I am very happy to see some of you guys coming on back. And I hope it's a good sign that you guys are coming back. Oh, thank you, Temio. I did see that you messaged me. Thank you. That is helpful. I do appreciate that. So yes, I have been given permission to do this. I may do another one. I don't know whether I'll do like a spooky one, or whether I'll just wait. I don't know. Gardican, yes, they are doing really well. They are. Unfortunately, they don't have the bandwidth to do the streams anymore. They may join for some special ones, but unfortunately, you're probably not going to be hearing them in the streams. They are still about for like the Game Jam AMA ones, so you'll see them there, and I believe sometimes you'll see them in the chat occasionally. But unfortunately, yeah, they don't have the bandwidth to be on these streams anymore helping. So yeah. Play for sure. Oh, Sumsy, that's great. But yes, that's special permissions I've been given to do that. However, for the actual casual Pandapop avatars, yes, I'm probably going to be doing at least 2 more giveaways with them. I want to save some for some special events in the future with them. And there will be some going up for sale. I believe there is maybe 1 up for sale right now on OpenSea. It has changed, so you actually can't see the community avatars up for sale in Sandbox anymore. You have to go over to OpenSea to purchase them, which is a bit of a shame. Have a look. There is 1 left, I think. No? Oh, they all sold. Did they all sell? Did I only have them listed for so long? How many sold? 1, 2, 3. 3 sold. Oh. Where did the 4th go? I must have only had them listed for a month. Okay, you guys missed out. Yeah, they must have not been sold then. But 3 people bought them. Congratulations to those 3. Are you okay if I knock you sometimes? If you knock me? As in, what? What? Maybe. I don't want to say yes. I don't know what you're saying. I am suspicious of you. But here is that giveaway form one final time before we finish it up. Okay, I just need to... I don't know! But yeah, please... Please... Knock him... Oh, no! Oh, no! Roxy, no! No! If it's what Yokes is saying, no. No, thank you. No thanks. I'm good. Oh, good. Oh! Yes! Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yes, I'm okay with that. Not today. I'm finishing. I'm too hot and bleh. I'm too bleh. Happily ever. That's not what it's called, though, is it? Surely it's not called knocking. Yeah, is it? Right, yes, so farm-inspired assets, VoxEdit mini contest. You only have until the 5th. You only have a few more days, okay? So, consider some iced tea. No, you should. I'm not keen on iced tea. Like, the times that I've had it, it's always tasted far too sweet. And no. No. Right, let's close that giveaway form. And hopefully whoever wins can tell me what asset they would like. And it's not going to be a Pandapops avatar. Right, RNG. RNG. Alright, so it's between 2 and 17. People wondering why it's between 2 and 17 and not 1 and 17 or 1 and 16 is because the questions all appear in row number 1. So everybody's names go from row 2 downwards. Oh, high number. Not Jackie Chan! You are today's winner! Not Jackie Chan. I'm going to put you in the form right now. Not Jackie Chan. What asset? Do you want a... Actually, I'm gonna give you a few options right now. Not Jackie Chan, are you there? Are you there, not Jackie Chan? And I accidentally just clicked off of chat, so if you did say yes, please say it again. Yes, I can. There we go. Yuma Lee talks okay, not Jackie Chan. Right. Oh, whoops. Right, here is the VoxEdit Contest link. Right, not Jackie Chan. Do you want the weapon crate, the defense crate? I'm going to see if I have any scruffies left. So give me a second. Or do you want the panda headlight that is a little broken? So, panda headlight, weapon crate, defense crate, or... Oh yeah, or a Scruffy. Scruffy NFT. That's the dog. Yeah, I have plenty of those. Scruffy, you would like Scruffy. Perfect. Absolutely freaking perfect. Right, I'm adding that to my sheet right now. That is a Scruffy NFT. You won on Twitch. I think, I don't know, today's date. How have I been writing the dates? Apparently the American way. Okay. There we go. Right, great. And I also have, I have Boobful. Oh wait, I have Boobful's information here. I just don't know where they won. Like, it's like, yeah, there's the details, but they didn't win on a set date, so I guess I'm gonna have to just insert a date in. I mean, frog. We'll ignore that. The stream isn't gonna be available. So yeah, that's GG's. Right, farm assets. Create farm-inspired assets. As simple as that. There is a participation prize of 25 sand. You wanted a Scruffy for a while? Well, I'm very happy that you are happy. Yeah, 25 sand for the first 100 valid participants that don't place in the top 10. I will say, obviously, some people do not do tweets. Tweets are not required when filling out the submission form. You don't need to tweet. Obviously, it's helpful because we can, you know, link you and promote you when we announce the winners, because we always tag you. We always link to the tweet of the asset as well. So, you know, it is helpful, but you obviously, you are not required to do that. And for valid, as long as you're on theme and you fill out the form correctly, and by correctly, in fact, let's just quickly go through the form. Let's quickly go through. Right, so ask for your email address, Sandbox username. Okay, so this needs to be the username that is also linked to the wallet. So your wallet and your Sandbox username need to be the same. Email address. Twitter name, obviously you can see that's not required. But X-Link is required or form not. No. There's link to tweet if shared on Twitter. It's not required. You can, if you want to, you can. And like I said, putting like your social username and the link to the tweet if you've shared it on Twitter, it's helpful because it allows us to be able to at you when we do the results announcements. We usually at you, and then we usually link to your tweet of your asset there as well. So we'll be like, 5th place goes to Blue Tulip, and then we put the link to your post, and that just makes it easier. If you don't do that, then we obviously use your Sandbox username, and we will grab a still image, or use a GIF, or like the GIF that you submitted, and we add that there. It's just obviously another way that we can help support and promote you, because people look at it, they're like, oh, Blue Tulip, they click Blue Tulip, and they'll go see your profile and hopefully follow you. But it's not a requirement. Let's go back up. So Twitter name, not a requirement, but you can. So the GIF of the asset. This does need to be a GIF, okay? It cannot be an MP4. It needs to be a GIF, and it needs to be under 40 megabytes. Unfortunately, Google Forms, they have more than 2 options, but their lowest options are, it's either 10 or it's 100. There is no in between. Obviously, we want you to be able to submit a higher quality than 10, because that doesn't leave you much room. But we also can't, Google Forms, which is what we use for voting, it doesn't allow anything past 40 megs. In the past, I have taken your GLTFs and I have rendered on occasions when they have been too high. However, I don't always have the bandwidth for this, so it does need to be under 40 megs. Okay, I don't have the bandwidth to be able to always do that. On occasions I may, but you can get disqualified for it not meeting that criteria. The link GIF is not appropriate. Please don't YouTube link. I may start adding the YouTube links. One reason I don't is because I don't like any of the judges, and our judges are meant to be impartial. However, I like to make sure that they are as impartial as possible, and so nobody's names are mentioned. Some people obviously have their logos in the corners, and I'm not going to go and re-edit people's stuff to take away their logos. But generally, nobody's names are in the final voting forms. Nobody's names are. You're all numbered. So potentially, maybe I'll start accepting YouTube links, but it's much easier for everything to just be in that form. Have your asset be viewed, and then they can vote straight away rather than having to click a link, watch that, go back, and all of that. So GLTF, you must provide a GLTF. This is one way that if we suspect that you have created an asset outside of our guidelines, that we can check this. We also may use the GLTFs to render and make some really cool promotional material. We have done in the past. Obviously, we haven't of more recently. But yes, so the GLTF is used in multiple different ways. You must submit it. The image of your asset on the animator screen showing faces. So you need to make sure your asset is visible and your faces and node count as well. This was when it was just faces. Now it's node count as well. Must be visible. GLTFs we also used to use to find your node count, because there are ways to calculate your node count from your GLTF. High quality MP4. This isn't used in voting. However, we do sometimes use it for promotional material. Like when we're doing some cool little presentations and stuff. Additional images. You can add up to 5 additional images. Sometimes these are helpful, especially if you have submitted a GIF that it exceeds the limits, but you have a really good additional image. We can sometimes use that so you don't end up getting disqualified. Once again, it's nice. Asset, name, and description. This one, I feel like maybe we don't... asset, name, and description, usually is mostly used when we're doing contests where you might be having those assets minted for an IP. Wallet address, sand is sent on the Polygon network, and this is sent. So your wallet address, one, please make sure it is a valid wallet that is connected to a Sandbox account. If the wallet you provide us is not connected to a Sandbox username, you will be ineligible. And there have been people that I have had to mark off as disqualified because they do not have a wallet connected to the Sandbox account. But when the team goes and checks, there is no Sandbox account with that wallet. And we cannot distribute prizes to a wallet that we cannot verify. So please keep that in mind. So that is one way to not be part of the valid submissions, because if you have not filled that in correctly, you will be disqualified. So that is now no longer a valid submission. You could have a really good asset, but if your wallet doesn't match your username, you're disqualified. Link to tweet if shared, and you've read the terms and you've read the T's and C's before submitting. Yes. There you go. Right. So yeah, you have until the 5th of September, 11:59 p.m. UTC. Please convert that to your local time. If for whatever reason you may be delayed getting that submission form in, somebody reached out to me, they were like, hey, I've got huge internet issues, power keeps going out, I don't know if I'm going to get it submitted, is it okay for it to be a bit late? I said, hey, don't worry about it. Obviously, we'll accept it this time. However, if this is like a repeat thing, we are probably not going to be accepting it. They still got it in before the deadline. They still had it submitted. I think it was like 1 minute before the deadline. So you can reach out. We will not always be able to accommodate this, especially if it seems like you are constantly asking, like, hey, I'm going to be late, like 5 minutes late. Like, we can't always accommodate that. However, if you do reach out, we may allow some accommodation occasionally, depending on circumstances. But obviously, if it becomes a repeat offense, then we're obviously going to be like, okay, you're doing this on purpose. Please be on time. Like, we have those deadlines for a reason. Right. Lauren Soul said something. Is a rock farm inspired or UFO abducting a cow? Oh! I mean, see, this is a hard thing, because I try to come up with themes where I'm like, people can't be confused with the theme. I'm gonna say, usually if it's on the cusp, I end up having, we end up having a discussion internally to be like, does this feel close enough to the theme that it should be allowed? And you may lose points on creativity based on theme. A rock farm. I want to Google a rock farm. I feel like a rock farm, maybe not. What is a rock farm? When I Google rock farm, I am just getting pictures of pebbles. What is a rock farm? That is the first thing. Somebody tell me what a rock farm is. Yeah, just don't wait last minute. And I do also want to apologize. I know the Kevin DeRugg VoxEdit contest, we did extend, and we did extend it very, very last minute. Please bear in mind that this is not one being run internally by the Sandbox. This involves other people, and we did have to ask permission to extend it, and we did have to wait for them to confirm that it could be extended. When some contests have way below the participation amount that we expect to be seeing, the submission amount that we expect to be seeing, we do sometimes extend them. The last internal Sandbox one that got extended was the Easter one, where it was extended 1 additional day, and not even entire day. I think it was like an additional 12 hours. So I don't even count that as an extension, really, because, you know, it's 12 hours. Before that, I don't think we had one for like at least the last 6 to 8 months we try very hard not to extend those. And if we do extend our VoxEdit contest, we aim to always let you know with a 48-hour notice, definitely not day of ending. So I do want to do an apology for that. We did end up with a lot of really good submissions, and even when we do extend these contests, you are able to then take what you have already submitted and edit, improve, or even make a second one if you so wish. So I am gonna just apologize for that. We do aim to not extend them. VoxEdit minis will never be extended. I will never extend a VoxEdit mini contest because they are aimed to be super easy for you guys to do. So yeah, these will not ever be extended. If it so happens to be, for whatever reason, we only end up with 5 submissions for a VoxEdit mini, then I'm gonna have to reevaluate why the contest didn't do well, and we'll redo that. I know with some IP ones, maybe it's because the IP isn't as popular, maybe the theme wasn't as great, but with these minis, it's meant to be super easy for you guys to do. What is a rock farm? I'm gonna say no to a rock farm, just because I don't know what it is. A UFO abducting a cow, I feel like it does have farm connotation. I don't know whether... I feel like you would lose points. I'm just gonna... Creativity based on the theme, I don't think you'll score as high. Usability wouldn't score as high because how many people are going to want to use a cow being abducted by a UFO in an experience? It doesn't seem very versatile. Optimization, probably be, depending on how you create it, could be quite optimized. Depending on how you create it, could be quite pretty. So aesthetic might score well. So... I mean, Kachinga, we have to assume based off of, like, generally, like, okay, we have, like, 10 farm experiences going out. How many of these 10 are probably going to use a cow being abducted by a UFO? And colliders and stuff. It all... I mean, yeah. I fear... Cornfield, yes, would be fine. That's very farm. I need to... Lauren Soul, what is a rock farm? What is a rock farm? GIF is not... And oh, wait, I've done that. I got the first steps, cap somehow, and claim something for the first time. It's fun. Oh, yeah, so I'll quickly go over that real quick. So if you go over to experiences, and there's the tutorial first time square. So if you play through that, there will be a bunch of assets that you can claim once you have completed that. And after that, you can also go and play all of the first steps experiences. So there's the first time square, there's Under Gargamel, there's the Little Prince, there's Aoki. Once you collect all of the NFTs and you've claimed them, it'll open up the final one, which is the Rabbids section, and you can go play that. And that's like... Really, these are introductory experiences. For obviously, the tutorial First Time Square is so you can understand the main mechanics that could be used in experiences, whether that is walking, crawling, how to move, how to turn your camera, how to fight, how to crawl, how to swim. It's all of, like, those main points that people will probably implement in their experiences, and you will learn how to do those, and you will have a whole bunch of claims. I've got a whole bunch of claims as well. I had to make a tutorial on it, and then, like, my claims is filled, and I was like, oh, there's all those claims. But then, yeah, you've got the First Time Square, which, you know, is the big social hub area, and then there's the Gargamel, Little Prince, Aoki. It's where people have farms to grow pet rocks. It's very cruel. Kachinga, I don't believe that for a second. Is a rock farm inspired? It helps to read stuff as if people want to annoy you. Oh. Are you trying to annoy me, Lauren? Right, rock farms. No, I don't know what a rock farm is. So... I've seen many games and movies with cows being abducted. I mean, yes, I know, and I feel like there was definitely... Wasn't there a thing in The Sims with a random cow getting abducted? Like, maybe in Sims 2? Maybe? potentially. I know there's abductions in it, but yeah, no, I know cows getting abducted in farms is like a common theme. But yes, just make farm-inspired assets. Right, I need to see some. We'll see. Well, submit a rock farm, and I'll be like, okay, we'll review it internally, and we'll be like, does this count? And we'll see. Maybe enter 2. That is something that I don't know is mentioned here. It should be. No, I think I'm pretty sure it's because it's in the contest guidelines. I updated the contest guidelines the other day. They're not the guidelines. Where's the guidelines? I care about... Oh, yeah, here. This could be helpful for you guys. Yeah, go have a look at that. Rules and guidelines. There we go. If you submit multiple entries, you may only place in the top 10 once, okay? This has always been part of it. I just don't think it has been written here. In the past, we didn't make this a rule, and it very rarely happened. We only had like 2 people ever place in the top 10, and I think they had like a 2nd place and 8th or something. And then on a different occasion, the IP, because all IP ones can be subject to the IP discretion, and the IP said, hey, we really don't want to reward someone twice. Can we remove them? And I think they had like a 8th and a 10th place, so it wasn't too bad. So we moved their 10th to 11th and 11th to 10th. Per the IP's suggestion. And they're the only occasions I feel like I've personally seen it, so it's not a common occurrence that somebody will place in the top 10 with more than one asset if they submit more than one asset. I do see many people submit more than one asset. They just don't always place in, like, well, they very rarely ever place. So, yeah. How many currently watching, entering? Yeah, how many in chat? In chat, put them a emote if you're gonna enter the contest of VoxEdit NUS. Yeah, just do whatever you want and face the consequences. Yeah, pretty much. There's a guy in a cow costume who hides from demons along the... Oh gosh, Garnican. Yeah. Do you do the VoxEdit results here? How much time is left? You've got time. You've got until the 5th of September, 11:59 p.m. UTC. It only opened on August 30th. Okay, so these are meant to be real short contests. Ideally, realistically, you could, let's just put it this way. This entire poster, minus the hay bales. The hay bales aren't mine. These are internal assets. I created this entire poster, including the assets that you see here. I made the hen, I made the fields, I made the shovel, the basket, this character. I did that all in a day, okay? I did those in a day. So... And you don't see it here, but I did also make a hen house. I did also make a super cute hen house. Look at this super cute hen house. Look at this. I also made a cute hen house. I did that because I thought I was going to put it on the banner. I didn't. The hen did, though. The hen's super cute. But there is lots... for me... If I manage to do this all in a day, you guys can definitely do it within today's the 2nd, so you got the rest of today, 3rd, 4th, you've got like 3 days. Guys, come on, you got this. You have got this. Make 5 assets, come on. Make something for the mini contest would be better if it's shorter. So yeah, the VoxEdit mini contests, can be between 5 days maximum to 7 days. I've done 7 days because that fits fully in a slot that I had, and because the last couple of contests have people have said, hey, can we have more time? Can we have more time? And I very rarely extend the contest. I didn't want to have to extend this one, so I was like 7 days. It fits in nicely. It fits with like the time frame that I have to process the contests. In terms of results are usually only ever announced on the VoxEdit Twitter. That's where you usually see the results. I will also post in Discord, hey, results are out, go check them out. The main VoxEdit contest, we have done one result show. But otherwise, all the other contests we've done have been IP related or minis. And so I don't generally do award ceremonies for the mini contests, and I don't really do award shows for the IP related contests. Just because it's additional, like, you gotta remember, this is my job, and I do this job. I also have freelance work I do. I also have a life to live and sleep to have. So I can't, as much as I would love to do tons of streams and be streaming all the time with you guys, I don't always have the bandwidth to do that. So my aim was to always do it for the regular contests. However, we haven't had any regular contests for so long, which is unfortunate. Where, yeah, so you can see the results on Twitter. If you guys would... I don't mind making it part of like a VoxEdit Monday to make sure to go over whatever contest results have previously been announced. If that's something like, chat, is that something you want me to do? I'm happy to do that. I'm not going to do like a whole award show like the game jams, but I'm happy to be like, hey, we have announced this contest results on Saturday. If you missed it, here are the winners. So I'm happy to do that. Obviously, most of the time I'm here to teach you how to use VoxEdit, but I'm more than happy to occasionally go over those winners as well. Like, just be like, hey, contest, here, links, go have a look. Let's have a quick look at the top 10. So yeah, let me know. Is there any more than Kachingaverse that's like, I would like this to be a thing? You're the only one that wants it, mate. Nobody else. Everyone else is like, nah, I'm good. Panda talks too much. More VoxEdit. Everyone else is like, nope. Too much talking from Panda. Not enough Vox editing. No, I'm happy to do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. You may need to remind me, but we'll try and do it. Now let's see if anybody is streaming Sandbox. Let's take a little look. Nobody is streaming the Sandbox. So instead, let's give a shout out. Who are we giving a shout out to? Shout out. Zumzi, are you streaming again? I'm gonna give... Oh, Play Games streams. Play Games for fun. Play Games also has, something went wrong with the... Why? Why did something go wrong with my shout out? You lie! No, let me shout out properly. Right, I'll try again. Shout out. There we go. No streaming. Play Games, I've just streamed! I've just shouted you out. Okay, Play Games doesn't stream. In which case, Andy Ritchie streams. You're just waving. Andy Ritchie streams. Hoddle, who's a member of the community, streams as well. Sanzeus streams. Pet's Kitchen. Touche. Tempest Studios. Fred and Third Pickaxe Masters. Who else am I missing? I know I'm missing lots of people. Blue Tulip. Go West makes YouTube videos. Zumzi does sometimes stream. There we go. Sparky used to stream, but doesn't anymore. Roxy, wait, Roxy, you stream? Roxy streams, Lanza streams, Crafter streams. Who else streams? Shout yourself out in chat right now. In chat, say that you stream. If you stream and you're part of the Sand fam, which is all of you that are watching right now, say that you stream. At this point, I have a mind if it's like just say that you stream. Hard Alive already giving you a shout out. There we go. Kukan. Kukan says hi. Do you stream? Do you stream? Do I need to follow you? You got a little cute background right there. That's adorable. What do you stream? If you don't mind me asking. I'm gonna grab that and I'm gonna follow you over on my personal. Let's go follow you. Boop. You get a love follow. Yuma Letox. Yuma Letox says they'll stream someday. There we go. Okay, you guys have all given yourself a shout out. Anybody over on YouTube saying that they also stream? No. Anybody over on X/Twitter? No. No, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. We didn't really do much VoxEdit artwork. It was a lot more chatting and a few like speedrun tutorialness that we went over. So yeah, but either way, we're finishing up now. So thank you everyone for being here. As always, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the metaverse. I will see you next time. Goodbye. Ain't no party like a Pandapops party, like a Pandapops party. Woo woo!